Welcome back to the channel. Today we're breaking down one of the most consequential votes of Trump's second term, his so-called One Big Beautiful Bill. It's a sweeping tax and spending package that's already cleared the Senate but now faces a rocky path in the House. It's big, it's controversial, and it could define the next decade of American policy. Let's take a closer look at what's inside, who supports it, who doesn't, and why. The One Big Beautiful Bill is President Trump's centerpiece economic legislation. It combines major tax reforms, spending priorities, and regulatory rollbacks into one massive package. Here's what's included. Extension of the 2017 Trump tax cuts. No federal taxes on tips or overtime pay. Massive increases in border security and immigration enforcement funding. Sharp cuts to Medicaid and food assistance programs. Rollback of clean energy tax credits from the Biden-era Inflation Reduction Act. According to the Congressional Budget Office, the latest version would add over $3.4 trillion to the national debt over the next decade. The House originally passed an earlier version of the bill by just one vote. The Senate then made several significant changes, both policy-wise and fiscally, before narrowly approving it with a tie-breaking vote from Vice President JD Vance. Now, it's back in the House, where Speaker Mike Johnson and Trump are pushing hard for final passage, ideally by July 4th, but that deadline is far from guaranteed. And here's where things get complicated. The GOP's majority in the House is razor thin, just 220 to 212. That means Republicans can only afford to lose 3 or 4 votes. And right now, at least 20 Republicans are signaling opposition. The reasons vary. Conservatives say the Senate version guts the spending cuts they fought for. Centrists are worried about the impact of deeper Medicaid cuts in their districts. Budget hawks say the added debt is a betrayal of fiscal responsibility. Meanwhile, Democrats oppose it almost uniformly, calling it a giveaway to the rich and an attack on working-class safety nets. Representative Chip Roy of Texas slammed the Senate version, saying it blows past the House's fiscal red lines. Representative Andy Harris, chair of the Freedom Caucus, said bluntly, the rule will be defeated. Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene called the entire process a shea show and predicted Speaker Johnson doesn't have the votes. On the other hand, Trump is publicly urging Republicans to support it, warning he'll primary those who block his agenda. And Speaker Johnson has called for unity, saying, I'm not happy with what the Senate did, but this is part of the process. We need to get to yes. Let's talk numbers. The House version added $2.4 trillion to the debt over 10 years. The Senate version adds $3.4 trillion, according to the CBO. The difference? Mostly due to less aggressive spending cuts and more flexible clean energy provisions. And on Medicaid, the Senate version is projected to leave 12 million Americans without coverage by 2034, compared to 11 million under the House version. Before they can even vote on the bill itself, the House must pass a procedural rule that allows debate. That rule narrowly passed the Rules Committee, with 2 GOP defections. If it fails on the House floor, everything comes to a halt. Republicans would have to rewrite parts of the bill, or send it back to the Senate, blowing past Trump's holiday deadline. If it passes, Trump scores a major legislative victory. The bill goes to his desk for signing before the July 4th weekend. Expect immediate impacts on tax policy, border enforcement, and Medicaid eligibility. If it fails, GOP infighting explodes into public view. The bill likely goes back to conference, delaying any final deal by weeks or more. Trump's ability to govern effectively in his second term takes a hit. At its core, this bill isn't just about taxes or spending. It's about what kind of Republican Party will define Trump's second term. Is it fiscally hawkish? Is it populist nationalist? Is it pragmatic enough to compromise to get big things done? This vote will tell us a lot, not just about Trump, but about the future of US governance. That's your full breakdown of Trump's big, beautiful bill. What do you think? Should the House pass it as is, or force changes? Drop a comment below. And don't forget to subscribe for more fact-based political analysis, balanced, clear, and grounded in reality. Thanks for watching.